Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can hear this. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, I get to / have to do my aqueous voice. This will be interesting. Okay. Volume 7, Route 1. Begin the friendship process. It's a clear, cool night, and you're wandering around trying to decide whose hut you should crash at before the sun comes up. It's nice having so many options for places to stay. You've cultivated a decent community for yourself, and there is an ember of pride in your belly about it. Still, you find yourself feeling a little aimless. The last couple friends you made were pretty intense. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but you're vibing at a chiller frequency right now. There's still a while until it gets dangerously light out, so you sort of pop around, seeing what feels right. It's kind of fun to test out the boundaries of your powers. You've used it to find friends, but you're really not sure how far it goes. You think tree, and you don't know how your magic brain decided which one to choose, but fuck if you aren't sitting on an extreme high branch a second later. You try it again, with whatever concept comes to mind. You try it again, and with whatever concept comes to mind, garden, cave, mall, and it all works. You don't remember ever having been to any of those specific places, but you feel a strange prickly affinity for them each time your feet touch the ground. Those are all pretty generic locational nouns though. You wonder if it works for things that are more abstract. Quickly, before you can talk yourself out of the naivete of it, you think home. Still takes you a minute to open your eyes, even after you feel your guts all back in the right place. Because what if you wake up in a room that feels like yours? Or worse and infinitely more likely, what if you don't? You breathe in deep and immediately cough wretchedly. You open your watery eyes, clinging to the hope that maybe you come from a land of dusty comfort, where you always just breathe in layers of dust and it's fine. It's not fine. You've landed inside one of the spindliest, most precarious hunks of metal that has ever been bolted into the side of a cliff. It looks like some ancient outpost, not homey at all. Of course that wouldn't work. It was stupid to try. Defeat is bitter in your mouth. There's a twisty part of you that wants to curl up on a particular piece of floor and take a nap. You can't work out how much of that urge is just you wanting to give in, so just in case, you don't surrender to it. Maybe you'll come back another time and sift through all the shit on the shelves, but for now, you're not sure how structurally sound this thing is, and you can't take any more disappointment. So you try one more time to pop up somewhere you haven't been before. What's that one guy's name that Gamzee mentioned? Oh yeah, Equius. Maybe he's chill. You think his name and zap away, imagining yourself leaving an edgy, despondent swirl of dust in your wake. Your magical zap calibration maybe isn't as off as you thought, because you pop in on Equus as close as possible to get to the dude without landing directly on top of him. Gotta say, this is definitely one of the better sprites that they've made. I think we should just linger around this room, take in the wonderful artwork on the walls. Very classy. Very, very aqueous. Directly on top of him, the astonished unchillness of the situation is immediately apparent. He's mid-jump, mid-yell, mid-sweat, and mid-swing of an outlandishly beefy arm down toward you. You freeze frame like an anime protagonist, analyzing their choices mid-battle. In your drawn-out split second of an observational window, you realize he's not aiming at you, but in the direction of whatever noisy word thing you happen to plop down in front of. Fuck? As soon as he sees you, his eyebrows shoot up above his busted-ass sunglasses, and his yell strangles itself into panic. His arm shudders as though he's trying, and failing, to alter its glorious faceward trajectory. You really do not want to get your face punched off your head, so you scream and zap just outside the high-arched door on the far end of the room. You hear a deep, meaty thunk, followed by a groan, then a sharp metallic crunch. The whirring stops. Oh my god, is he dead? Is the other thing dead? Should you go check on him? You skitter away from the door and then back to it, unsure what to do. Alright. I need to make sure his voice is right, so give me just a second. Yes, stare at Aquarius while I wait. Have fun. By the way, the name of the song is Indigo Air, and I believe the the Morse code spells out SOS towards the end if you're listening. Alright. Was that? No, it can't have been. Hello. Show yourself this instant. Ah, fuck, he does not sound happy. Oh, okay, I guess I did that wrong. His words are a little garbled, too, like some teeth just got knocked out by whoever's ass he was just kicking. You weigh your options. Chicken out or be brave. I need to work on this voice a little bit more. you for the compliment. Brave it is. Oh no, old man. You know the Gamzee seal of approval is maybe not the most credible, but this guy might be an okay dude. And it would definitely be your fault if he was hurt in there. You should at least check on him, explain or something. You can zap away if it comes down to it. You do the polite thing this time and knock. He opens the door fast, like he was just on the other side of it. You both jump. He collects himself and glares at you, arms crossed against his heaving chest. Rivulets of blood and sweat run together and pool in the divot above his weird alien clavicle, and a low, menacing sound rumbles through him. You can feel it in your teeth. Holy shit, he's terrifying. Or, incredibly attractive to some people. Explain yourself immediately. You think you might shit your pants on the spot, but he gives you a quick up and down and rearranges his expression into a sort of forced smile. Doesn't really feel any more welcoming with the blood dripping down his chin, but the fact that he's trying is maybe a good sign. You hold in your fear shit, just in case. Or perhaps come in and take a seat. He steps aside to beckon you through the door, and then sort of freezes. Unless you should be the one instructing me, in which case it would behoove you to make that promptly apparent. I cannot work out how exactly to address you when you don't wear a cast symbol, and you look like that, which I am either very sorry for or quite cross about, depending on where the truth lies. Yeah, that's a good model. I want to find out who did that, the art for this route. Either way, I'm beginning to perspire about it. So, out with it right now. Man, he's really struggling. The anger you felt radiating off him before is still there, but that doesn't seem to be all that's driving him. It's like there are two competing forces inside him. One that wants to yell at you and one that wants to get yelled at by you. You might conceptualize those forces as fierce animals, warring in a glorious and unwavering balance. Horses, perhaps? Anyway, you'll workshop that metaphor later. You tell him you look weird, but you promise you're cool. You know a friend of his. At the mention of Gamzee, the corner of his lip curls up into something complicated, so you change course real fast just in case. And Carcat. Does he know Carcat? What a guy. He eyes you warily. Or you think he probably does. With his eyes hidden behind the shades, you can't be sure. But he's being very still. Sweat and blood are still just fucking running down his face. And he's not even acknowledging it. You laugh nervously. You both continue to stand there, waiting for the other to make a move. It would be super helpful if someone was assertive around here. This route has good artwork, I'd say. Luckily, some sort of cow centaur man, is Lucis, you assume, breaks the awkward doorway stalemate by silently trotting up and handing Equius a desperately needed towel. He then offers you both some frosty glasses of milk. Something deep inside you feels a swell of warm recognition for the ritualistic moment of a friend's parent bringing you snacks, so you down that thick shit in one go. The Lucis's mustache flutters in appreciation, and after a nod between him and Equius, he leaves as quietly as he came. I see you an aficionado of the sweetest of nectars. This speaks to the likelihood of your nobility, which is reassuring. I may be able to overlook the circumstances of our meeting, then, if you can provide strong evidence, of course. Tell me, are you also a hoofbeast art enthusiast? He beckons you inside the room, and as you follow, you tell him you're not really sure what that means, But probably you're a fan of a lot of... Oh. Wow, okay, so that's what that means. Cool, yeah, you know, whatever. I feel like you've learned once that anything can be heard if it feels right. Oh, that was, Bull Deer, I think. So art can definitely be the, well-muscled horseman on the walls of this here living space. Aqueous rumbles in agreement and gestures toward a chair. It's one of those cool red and black gamer-themed chairs with embedded speakers. There's a lot of that kind of decorating motif in here, which is a little at odds with the high ceilings and engraved doorways and general blue blood old money architecture. So basically, the two gamers are Solix and Aqueous. Weird. Oh yeah, and their broken bows and robot parts are all over the goddamn fucking place. Not neat little stacks are connected to other robot parts to create whole robots. Just an absolute wasteland of obliterated robot corpses. Like they all were torn limb from limb and then just scooted off toward the wall. A few of them are spattered in blood too. Dried, it looks almost black, with the fresh stuff on the fists of one in pieces at your feet is bright indigo. On the other hand, it is absolutely a relief to see that it's all metal and not flesh body parts scattering the floor. But also, it's still, you know, not fucked up looking. Your smile probably has too many teeth in it to seem normal, but Aqueous returns in kind and leans, what he probably thinks is casually, against the end of his desk. It creaks under his weight. Jesus, he could just end you in half a second, couldn't he? You claim we have mutual acquaintances, so demonstrate it. He nods toward the screen of his desktop, where he has Trollian open. Oh fuck. You guess you can just click on someone and ask them to prove it? He seems to know both Karkat and Gamgee, and between the two, you know who's more likely to be online and ready to pester and be pestered at all times. So you click his screen name and start typing. Hey Karkat, I hope you're having a good day. I have a quick favor to ask you.
Wait, what?
Oh, and also I miss you.
What the fuck? What happened to you? Where's your horrifying quirk? How am I supposed to style up for some truly nauseating conversation if I don't have a not veiled at all bulge reference greeting me at the beginning of every one of your excruciating messages? Are you sick? Like, in a new way?
Oh, right. Jesus, you're logged in as Aqueous. Your fool ass just started typing like you had your own account for some reason. You blame it on the nerves and get to clarifying. Oh, sorry, this is your new friend. After I dropped you off yesterday, I wandered around for a while, and now I'm hanging out with Aqueous. I'm using his computer.
Oh. My pusher almost fucking gave up on the spot.
I don't think he trusts me. Can you vouch for me?
Hold on, let me just bask in the concept of you two hanging out. This is a mental masterpiece. A tableau of awkward fucking splendor. I legitimately do not even know what sort of short-circuiting must be happening in his brain to try and make sense of you. Please don't tell me a single fucking thing about it later. Okay, whew, I'm done now. Is he watching?
Aqueous leans over your shoulder and tucks his hair behind his ear so it doesn't get in the way of his typing. It is a bow and arrow. Any semblance otherwise is only a pleasant coincidence. And yes, I am watching.
Okay, whatever. Listen up, you milk log chum squelcher. This little guy right here, the one you're probably dripping sweat all over, that's one of the realest friends you will ever hope to make. Sure, they'll send your life careening horrendously, of course, but will absolutely be worth it for the level of dedication they bring to the table. Don't even bother with the blood color horseshit with this one, since they're the only one of their species. Just roll with it for once in your wretched life. Don't fuck this one up, Zahak. They're an abomination and they wouldn't know what a boundary was if it took up residence in their grease chute, but you two have those things in common, so in this case that's a good thing.
Aqueous inhales sharply, and you wonder what Karkat meant by that. About Aqueous, you mean. Sure, you're an inexplicable being, neither Earthling nor Alternian, but with weird, itchy memories about having lived on both planets. But he doesn't seem out of the normal range of fucked up, considering troll standards.
In fact, how about this?
That is sufficient. Goodbye. He minimizes the window and steps back, somehow sweatier than he was before. He taps the towel gingerly to his forehead. So, we have now been properly introduced. Okay then, you definitely thought he was going to be more thorough than that. He does seem a little shaken up, so maybe you should just be thankful the conversation got cut short before he could really dig too deep into your lore and get judgmental about it. I do not know the standard method of communication with your species. You will take the lead here, and it will surely become clear how I should proceed. Yes, that sounds extremely feasible. You will now begin the friendship process. Oh, look at him. He's all anxious about this. I command it. Okay, well, as anxious as others can be. Oh, sure, you got this. How exactly do you got this? Now, as I recall, there is one of these that leads to victory, but the other one lets you see baby Aqueous, so I'm trying to remember which one is which. Both freaks? Okay. We do this one and then the other one. You decide to just go for it. Sometimes leaping into what could potentially be a super sensitive topic for someone ends up being the key ingredient in a friendship pie. You can see it now. Aqueous crying, thankful you are here to talk about whatever this unspeakable commonality you share is. You wiping his tears with his already pre-soaked towel. You shake yourself out of your daydream and drop this sweet loaded question right in his lap. Holy shit, you can't wait till this works. Excuse you. Speak for yourself. My standing is unblemished. Karkat is only comparing us in that way to further the rules that he is removed from that particular category. It is a delicate social dance. Oh, okay. You're not really sure Karkat sees it that way, but hey, whatever works for them. Anyway, you know he was just yelling a lot about something that's not a big deal, as is his manner of showing affection. Or you just thought he meant like the horn thing? The horn thing. Oh shit, you're sorry. You don't know what things are and aren't callable around here, you know? It's almost like it's all entirely arbitrary and at the whims of whoever's in charge or something. You like the look, personally, but you haven't made friends with someone with a broken one before, so you're not sure how common it is. It is relatively uncommon. They are exceptionally sturdy, so it takes something very strong. Something very strong to break them. He looks like he might be about to tell you the story, but somehow you keep not learning the lesson where you should just chill and experience something, instead of leap to try to figure it out before it happens. So, fueled by enthusiasm for your newest spur-of-the-moment decision, you stop listening to his lecture on troll biology and focus instead on zapping to the moment his horn broke. Troll biology is super uninteresting anyway, and you'll come right back here after and be able to contribute more to the conversation. You pop into familiar nothingness, but instead of appearing at a point in Aqueous' past, you feel yourself split. It's like looking at a magic eye puzzle, but with your whole body. You try to concentrate, to align the segments into a whole, but it's too late. You think for a second it might be a cool new power, but it doesn't feel that different than before, only just triple. It's like there is narrative precedent for this moment existing in more than one plane of truth. Unable to do anything else, you sit there in space, contemplating this paradox. You watch. He looks a little younger, but not much. He's beating the shit out of a robot, but it's not the same as it was when you saw it before, however briefly. Then his movements had been smooth even in the rage, like he wasn't afraid until you showed up. So that's younger Echoes. Not bad. Here in this weird, half-present space, his movements are erratic. He swings wildly, unthinkingly, like there is nothing left inside of him but one last flicker of fury. His teeth are gritted against tears and he looks so tired. You want to pull him back, to make him rest. You see him reach the same conclusion, but not at all how you meant it. He just stops. The robot does not. You feel him close his eyes. At the same moment, you see another snapshot of time, much further back. There's a little grub wobbling its way up a stalagmite in a cave. It's definitely a precarious place, but it somehow feels safe to you for some reason. Safe, but also, like, super violent. Who knows, there's a lot going on there. Look at that little grub. He crawls to the top and roars a baby clicking roar, eyeing a taller clay precipice. You see as though behind a wiggle as he moves to jump. Over top that, there is another Echoes, looking about the same as he does now, just plus one more, out for a stroll in the moonlight. This one is about to cross the street when a majestic herd of hoof beasts crests a faraway hill. He stops, transfixed, as the animals gallop across the plain. He does not hear the approaching scuttlebuggy. You watch all of these from your floating void standpoint, unable to start it. The arcs of their falls align in cosmic synchrony, hair fanned out like a banner of defeat. The echo of the crack the horn makes as they shatter reverberates in your teeth. You yell as all three Equuses hit their respective grounds. You can't help it, you start to care about this guy a little bit. As the sound leaves you, all three of them turn their injured heads to look at you in unison, and you freeze. Shit, that's probably not supposed to happen, right? You're just watching, not changing anything. You barely know what you're doing, though, so you can never be sure. You zap immediately back to the present, winded and dizzy. You feel deeply, suddenly corporeal, like you do when you step off a boat onto the shore, or with each atom of your body, separately, and all at once. Equus is standing exactly where he was when you left, totally unchanged, still yammering about an animal. Whew, good to know nothing got fucked up in the future after you... Wait, you were there. He paused, shaking his head to clear it as his memories realign. I don't know how I didn't remember. I accepted your offer of friendship, and you repaid me with this tomfoolery. You knew how it happened all this time, and yet you played ignorant, jockeying for position as someone in my trust, only to play me for a fool. No, see, you didn't before. It wasn't till after you went back that this became the way things went. See, the way time travel works is... Do not explain time travel to me. What do you take me for? You're still reeling a bit from seeing him so vulnerable, by varying definitions of vulnerable, you guess, but still. You know you got this information from an unfair source, but now that you have it, you don't feel right just leaving. There's more to Equus than you'd originally thought, and you can feel the chance to learn about him slipping away. I don't know what it is you want from me, but you will not receive it. Whatever connection you feel to him in this moment, he clearly does not return it. Aw shit, he's starting to get pissed. Sweat begins to bead at his temple. Your brain scrambling to grasp a hold of any thought that isn't your abject friendship failure, latches onto the realization that, sweat and all, his hair somehow still looks really good. Would now be a good time to ask him about what products he... I don't think this alliance is going to work out. You will leave. I must get back to my business. Your heart sinks as he turns his back to you, presses a button on the back of a robot's neck, and rolls his shoulders. Goodbye. at least you got to see baby Aqueous. Still. Show off your cool powers. Great, you can do that! Making friendship happen is like the one skill you actually have. From what you recall, you have a 100% success rate at it too, so this budding rapport is safe in your hands. Excellent. You really weren't sure he'd be down for this. It really seemed like he might be coming to kill you when you heard him stomping toward the door earlier. Kill you? I would never. He cuts himself off, as though he didn't intend to admit he didn't have it in him to murder you, and clears his throat. At first I thought you might be Arthur, my Lucis. It's ridiculous looking back, though you do share a sort of globular-pated resemblance. How did you come to entangle yourself in my brawl, only to immediately escape? Are you abnormally fast? I admit that particular method of being strong had not occurred to me, but I am intrigued. I too like to test the limits of physical capability. Oh no, you just zap places. It's kind of strange, maybe. If you want to define a superpower like that, you show off a bit, since you know Aqueous likes demonstrations. Tell him about how all you have to do is think of the place or person you want to visit, and pop. You pop to the top of a pile of robot parts, then back in front of him on the floor. It's like that, except anywhere. I see. That is exceptional. He sort of just starts quaking gently where he stands. He rubs his neck with his towel, but he's not really even sweating any more than he had been already. It's as though in his excitement, he forgot to sweat, just dabbed by the force of habit. Is that a thing? Are you even noticing this shit? Is it possible to bring along a pillion, Ryder? What, like zap a buddy with you? In answer, you extend an elbow for him to grab. His whole body is vibrating by this point. He reaches his hand out, but stops just before he touches you, like you might shock him. It's okay, it won't hurt, you say. His fingers twitch, just above your elbow, and his mouth purses in distrust. You're not sure exactly what he's worried about, since you're extremely undangerous, but you let him have a moment to work through whatever he's nervous about. He takes a steadying breath. It's a little unsettling to see his face relax, even briefly, into soft, calm lines. Flipped palm up, his hand slowly cradles your forearm from below. He nods, a sharp, determined movement, and starts telling you what to do again. You will take me with you. Her name is Nepeta. Do you require any other information, or will that be sufficient? I like how the exact moment he finds out that this guy can travel across the universe, he just wants to see Nepeta. That ought to do it. You haven't heard of her, you don't think, but you feel an immediate surge of excitement about this little jaunt. It's probably mostly just the friendship they're stalking, but you can't help but feel like this is a connection that's supposed to be made. Like it's something that matters. You zap away. The pleasant little cosmic slip and slide feeling when you zap around is jolted, like you got yanked off the ride with a fishhook to your gut. You land back exactly where you started. That did not work. Did you mislead me? No, this should work. You're not even high this time. As impressive as the strength of your power is, perhaps you need to apply more attention to the more intricate details involved. As impressive as the strength of your power is, perhaps you need to apply more attention to the intricate details involved. She's an olive blood, very short and shamefully unkempt. This information will help. You hope so. He is starting to look pretty tense, even with the fond lilt in his voice as he talks about his messy friend. You give it another whirl, and then you feel it, that same weighty glare on the back of your neck, telling you don't belong. Fuck, you got zap blocked again. You will try again. Each word is ground out one at a time between his clenched teeth. Blood trickles through the cracks in his bite and out the corner of his lips. You really don't think it is going to work, but Aquarius looks like he's a second away from losing his shit, so reluctantly you comply.
Quit fucking trying to skip ahead, it's not going to work.
As you hurtle, by the way, if you're wondering, I don't know who that is, so I don't know what kind of voice to give them. As you hurtle through space-time toward Aquarius' floor, you start to wonder if this is just gonna be what happens now when you try and make friends. You accept this truth into your heart as your face accepts the impending wood planks. Aquarius lands on his feet a little ways away from you, his hands balled into fists, bellowing with impotent rage. He's not even saying words, just unleashing an agonized guttural wail. He punches an already dead robot torso leaning against a bookshelf. In punctuation, he kicks its decapitated head, which explodes in a shower of bolts and sparks. As the dust clears, you see him dutifully wiping himself down with a towel, breathing hard. He seems to have worked his anger out, because he walks with purposeful grace, as though he learned in a cotillion, and sits next to where you're still sort of laying on the floor. You are both silent for a beat. Aquarius tugs at a lock of his hair, anxiously wrapping it around his finger. His hands fall to his lap. I apologize for that display. The disappointment emotion is not my favorite. I feel better now, however. My Moira lives very far away, so our paths have never been able to cross. Whatever force is blocking us seems to wield significant narrative power, so I will be respected to wings as above mine in status. For now.
You know, it happens. You're no stranger to the ups and downs of friendship. The trick is to know when to keep trying and when to fall back, no matter how futile it feels or how alone you are.
Your morale is impressive, considering your circumstances.
That's probably mostly a compliment. Not really sure. Your circumstances definitely feel like they could be worse.
You are very sure of yourself. How do you manage this when you're the only one of your kind? Without a society to tell you how to act or feel, how do you know if you are living in the correct way? How do you know where you belong? Or if you belong?
Fucking ouch. The desire to belong is a yawning wound in your gut, one that never seems to heal. You try not to let this rip too many stitches out of it. You never feel totally secure, you say. There's always fear, always doubt, always pain. But you find people in unlikely places. Make community where you can. Shit, you have belongings at, like 8 people's houses by now? It's not the same as having your own spot, but it's definitely something. You started off on the defensive, but you realize it's true. So really, you figure, you're still defining yourself by your relationships to other people. That can come from a good place, not just a twisted and forced one. You get wanting to know you're doing something right, unlocking your own mentally devised set of achievements for that sweet dopamine rush. But leaning on a fucked up social system for direction and validation doesn't really help him, and it definitely isn't helping many others. You don't need that to figure yourself out. His brows furrow, and you can almost hear a couple of the 4,672 rigid barriers in his brain creaking open. It's not just other people, you think. You find strength in that, right? Is that right? In your own self, too. You've met a lot of people and learned a lot of ways to be, but you're still working on what that means for you.
No, it is not right, but I appreciate the attempt. This type of understanding does not come easy to me, but I believe I am following. In my case, I have striven to locate and retool the edge of my own ability. Physical prowess is a relatively typical indigo trait, but I am abnormally strong. I have worked myself to hold in an attempt to make sense of myself and why I am like this, reining in an aberrant trait and defining myself by it. He gestures to the god-awful robot mess, then flexes his hand. The blood has coagulated since you two started talking. He stares at it. This way of thinking may not always be a good thing, however. Certain habits are difficult to break. Though there are loopholes in every rule, I often lose track of which regulations I actually enjoy following, and which I just do not know how to disregard. At least with this hobby, all the stakes are under my control, with no chance of others getting hurt. Unless they haphazardly zap between your fight looking for friendship, that is. The smile is as broken and rigid as it was the first time, but it feels different, backed by the rough warmth, I cannot speak, of his laugh. Yes, do not do that again. Next time you will zap to the front door, and Arthur will let you in. Next time, you think, and smile back. Ta-da! Excellent victory. That's a good route. Very wholesome. Alright, I need to set up Nier. Alright, let me just do this. This controller. So, what'd you think of Baby Aqueous? All good? Alright. New game. Yep. Starting from the top. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be fun.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
This is Command. Yorha Squadron, come in.
2B here. All units have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot systems green across the board.
This is Operator 6-0. All units confirmed.
We've passed the 50-kilometer threshold and are proceeding toward the target.
Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation. Then destroy the Goliath-class unit by any means necessary, and gather what data you can.
Understood. 12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
Origin point of long-range lasers confirmed.
I think one of the
11
sounds
feet
is a
down.
little bit off.
Our HO229 cancelers are ineffective.
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage.
Permission granted.
Seven E down. One D down. Assuming captain's duty. Multiple surrounding enemy air units confirmed. Requesting permission to assume mobile configuration.
Permission granted. Captain, I think...
4B down.
Under normal circumstances, that would mean you are, but
2B to Operator
guessing
6-0.
means everything.
All allied units down. The operation is compromised. Awaiting further orders.
Operator to 2B. We need you to rendezvous with Unit 9S and begin gathering data on the local terrain.
Understood.
that I've never understood in games is when you touch an enemy and you get hurt, that doesn't make that. So like, our enemy is always covered in invisible spikes or something. Hang on. Let's see. Testing, testing. Can you hear me or no? Okay, I'm going to put the game audio stuff a bit lower. So if that's too quiet, let me know. Anyway. Come on.
Activating short-range attack gear. Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
There we go. Oy vey. That's better.
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite. Is that our target?
Negative. This enemy is unrelated. Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
Laser communications recovered.
I'm transmitting your pod token.
Pod program download complete.
cooperation. That was dramatic. Hey, there's my boy.
Make sure he's actually dead next time. That was dangerous, man.
He's so sassy, I love him.
You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
No, see ya.
was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came here to take out?
No, just another defensive system.
Oh. Well, I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit, so I'll take a look around the perimeter.
All right, I'll work my way inside from the ground.
Oh, look at me. I have a Nobody likes to show off 9S. Yeah, I saw a thing. Am I able to... No? Let's try like this. Come on. Do the thing.
Report. Satisfied.
Yay! Do it again.
Report. Pleasant.
Let this be a lesson. Anytime someone's making a game and you have a tiny psychic, you need to be able to pet them.
Ma'am,
That's the law.
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
Alright, cool.
exit confirmed closed.
So open it.
Negative. Nearby enemies are jamming our signal.
Nothing's ever easy.
I need to fix the controls for this. This is not what the cool kids refer to as ideal. I see. How about this one is action, this one is evade. That still don't feel right.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right, then. To be it is.
For that, maybe 100, 125. Nah, 125 is too much. Let's just call it 100. I'm not sure if you want to subject yourself to my singing voice, so...
This place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling with machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just keep coming.
Fair enough. I guess 100 pages will be sufficient. But you only get one. Not gonna be doing that all night. Oh, for the love of... Okay, something here ain't right. Maybe it's because this is my first time doing a controller instead of keyboard. But, I mean, this game was made for PS4, so this is technically the right way to do it. There we go. Shortcut opened.
It's just accessing random, nonsensical data from the old world. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do.
Thank you for another day of hard work. Please thank you for the job well done.
This is much longer than I remember. And here I am providing such insightful commentary and masterful abilities at gaming, as is to be expected from a true gamer such as myself. I haven't lost a single health point since I started. I think we should be nearing the end of the first mission.
Detected on enemies. Close range combat is advised.
I know.
I like how that close range combat can just demolish stuff to deflect anything long range. So if you want to do close range, do close range. If you want to do long range, it's only a minor change you need to do. Except for these guys. These guys are always an inconvenience. I want to know who thought it was a good idea to put the dodge button on the right trigger. It's so unintuitive.
I surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
Is that?
You mean the birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be. Probably because the environment's changed.
Man, every time there's a post-apocalyptic thing, there's always, you know, plants and animals around. Feel like they're just way better at surviving apocalypses than we are. Maybe that Dr. Cockroach guy from Monsters vs. Aliens was onto something. And voila, secret chest. It's almost like I know this game. Wow, this definitely looks like a boss fighting area.
There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out? It's not like Command to get a location wrong. I guess even they get bad intel from time to time, huh?
What about dogs, though?
I
I feel like
bet on
dogs
that.
would be a bit, you know, sad if we all disappeared.
Alert. High-power jamming detected. No response from long-range communications.
Doesn't matter. I'll just take him out.
So you're not much of a cat person anymore.
Is that?
Target enemy detected.
Pardon me. I'll name him Hans. He seems friendly. Now this dodge button really is not doing it for me.
To me! What's your status?
This is the target. I'm going to destroy it.
Right. I'll provide support.
Alert. Incoming enemy attack from below. Proposal. Evade.
Genius. Absolute genius. See, this is why it's so far in the future. we couldn't possibly imagine having machines be so advanced as to give us advice as high quality as that.
Hacking in.
Oh, that was easy. Oh, never mind.
Boost!
Oh, come on. I got hit by like 5 of those and I was fine.
9S!
Man, cutscene 2B is a win.
S!
9S black box signal detected. No response to communications.
I'm going in. Send a support request to command.
Negative. Communications have been jammed.
See, Han's so big because there's just so much of him to love, and he has such a big heart, and ow. Okay, damsel in distress, I'm here. Oh, he's fine.
To help 9S. I have to repair him.
Oh, don't be such a
Get me staunching
baby.
gel and logic virus
Legs
vaccine.
go back.
Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut up!
current.
Just do what I say.
To be. Just go.
You shut up too.
We're soldiers. We take pride in our service.
Okay, so she's
HO229
an android,
Command
and
677 received.
they gave her a
Usage rights
mole. That's like a
transferred from
conscious
9S to
decision
2B.
that they did. They're like,
Requesting
hey,
acknowledgement.
let's give her the tactical abilities of having a black dot below her lips. Yes, that is what we should focus on, is what physical imperfections to give our perfect soldiers. Great. Anyway, time to save the punk again. Oh wait, he saved us last time. Dang it, we're the punk. Oh, I dodged that. Don't even pretend I didn't.
machines have that kind of intelligence.
2B, I found a weakness in the target. Hacking in to provide support. 2B, the control on the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod. Should be able to take it over.
I told you to shut up!
Control of upper arm. Seized from enemy unit. Marking weak point.
Got it. Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
That's Platinum Games for you. May not have to make sense, but dang, do they love their spectacle.
You just die already!
She's also fine.
Talk about bringing the battle to them. 2B.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Oh boy, that's a lot of Hans.
Oh,
I
great.
can't name them all Hans. Iggy, Ziggy, and Bliggy. Going clockwise from the left.
I don't imagine that this is going to end well. The black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
Dewey, it was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.
This place has a nice theme song. I guess they're not going to do it just yet.
So, mission complete and all that, huh? The Goliaths were wiped out, and we secured a route into enemy territory. Now we can...
9S.
Yeah?
Thank you for uploading my data to the bunker.
I did that? Sorry, I don't remember. There wasn't a whole lot of bandwidth down there, you know? I probably only had enough time to back up your memories. Mine are only intact up to the point just before we rendezvoused.
Oh, you didn't miss anything important. I just saved your life and you owe me, like, $20 now.
I see.
No, you don't. You're wearing a blindfold.
Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind.
Wait, what? I'm not allowed to do the network stuff? That's the best stuff.
5012 AD. The year mankind's glorious history came to a sudden and abrupt end, when the world was invaded by aliens from beyond the stars. The aliens unleashed a new breed.
cool.
Speed of weapon, machine life forms, and all but annihilate human civilization. The handful of survivors that remain fled from Earth, seeking refuge on the moon. 5204 AD. Humanity launched its counterattack, deploying an army of androids from a network of orbiting bases. But after more than a dozen large-scale descents upon the enemy, we still haven't managed to repel the invaders. That is why you, the Yorha forces, exist. To break this stalemate, once and for all. You are our ultimate weapon, and you must put an end to this war.
Understood, sir.
I wish you good hunting.
Glory to mankind. Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind.
Oh, lovely.
Ma'am? Are you there? Can you hear me? Go ahead and adjust your settings so you can hear me, alright? Adjust the settings until you can hear my voice. This is getting embarrassing.
No, whisper sweet
Ma'am?
nothings into my
Are you
ear.
there? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Alright,
fine.
are we good now?
I'm fine, Ninus. There's something calming about your voice.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, that takes care of the settings. Hold on. Your self-destruct permissions are missing. Wait a sec, we need to restore those. I could set it for you, but you should probably do it yourself. Regulations and all, you know? Okay, good. If things go wrong during an op, you may have to sacrifice yourself in order to finish it. So, once you're finished making adjustments, you can go ahead and close this out.
You know who he kind of reminds me of is Shinra.
Oh, I see you've turned vibration detection on. Let's run a check to make sure it's working. I'm gonna tap you on the shoulders, alright? How was that? Did you feel it?
Nice.
Okay, check complete.
I wonder. Okay. Ah, here we go. Okay. Oh, title menu and start menu. Alright. Looks like you're a little bit behind. Hang on. Oh well. Anywho, looks like we can only change the language from the menu.
Morning.
So were you like watching me in my sleep or?
9S.
The commander's put me in charge of your maintenance, ma'am. That means I'll be performing regular checks on you from now on. Don't worry. We 9S models are the best around, you know. Though I suppose we're not exactly known for our modesty.
The cute little shorts, on the
9S.
other hand.
What is it, ma'am?
Stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
There's no need to be so formal.
Alright. If you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. The commander was calling for you. We better go see what's up, man. 2B.
Alright. Do you want to stick with English or switch it to Japanese? And just I know you're a few seconds behind, so I'll probably wait for a few seconds after you respond. Alright. And I need to customarily tell you that you are in fact a weeb. Continue. Bunker. Settings. Language. Voice. Japanese. Voila. I'll admit this is gonna be my first time listening to the stuff on Japanese, so let's give it a go.
データをセーブするにはアクセスポイントに近い場所じゃないとできません。近距離マップで確認してこまめにセーブしましょう。
So that's his voice in Japanese then. Interesting. Okay, verification of mail account, sweet. This one. Let's see here. Which one is it? Where's 9-0? Six-0. That's right. All right. What's up, boss?
ああ、2B か。メンテナンスは終わったのか？
はい。
ブラックボックスの暴走による敵殲滅。あまり無茶をするなよ。
はい。
メンテナンス明けで悪いが任務がある。地上にいるレジスタンスたちと合流し、情報収集をしてくれ。
あれ、レジスタンスとの連絡役には別のヨルハ部隊員がアサインされていたんじゃ。
専任の担当者とは連絡が取れていない。その原因究明も兼ねて現地調査を頼みたい。
了解しました。
She sounds a bit younger with the Japanese dub. Interesting. I suppose it'd be more proper to say.
ってことは飛行ユニットで移動ですね。 格納庫に行きましょう。飛行ユニットの運用コストは高いからあんまり使わせてもらえないんですよね。もっと安い機体を生産すればいいのにな。この先が格納庫ですね。行きましょう。
Yeah, it'd be more accurate to say the English voice actor made it sound older than the Japanese. Oh wow, came back with scratches. Yeah. Dude, like 5 of them blew up. And also mine, but that's not important right now. Oh yeah, and I believe the name for the song was, what was it? Fortress of Lies? Palace of Lies? Something like that.
でもどうして 2B のような戦闘モデルが調査を担当するんでしょうか。現地調査なら僕たちスキャナーモデルだけで十分なのに。
命令に文句を言わない。
はーい。
2B さん、今回から新装備が搭載されています。使用方法を表示しますので確認してください。
了解。
And there we go. Out of curiosity, how much of this are you understanding? Like, without the subtitles? Ah, well. Fair enough. I know the best way to, like, learn a new language is to immerse yourself. Also, I gotta say, this game is just pretty. Like, between the music and the views of it all, they really... Oh, that's my pod. Anyway, the best way to learn language is to just immerse yourself in it, so I'd imagine this is probably somewhat conductive to learning it better. Wait, was I? Dude! 2B's got some real moves. Okay, let me see. Weapons. There we go. Now. I dig it. Anything else? Cool. Alright. Let's test out my punching ability. I can do it faster than him, and he has a sword. Oh, wimp.
推奨当該地域の敵排除とアクセスポイントの速やかな復旧
By the way, you want to see what the whatchamacallit self-destruct does?
.この付近の機械生命体は襲ってくる様子はないみたいですね。最近こういう敵が増えたみたいで、ただぼーっとしてるだけ。一体何をしてるんでしょう。
Alright, so we have some robots here. And if I just do this... Voila. The quickest way to get out of extra clothes. And also destroy 2 robots that you could have defeated within moments. If you can't tell, this is entirely for fan service. I don't usually do it because it kind of looks like she's wearing a diaper when it's like this. Eventually you get to play as 9S, and when he does it, he just gets rid of the shorts and, well, he wears boxers, I think.
マップデータですか。衛星から取得できる解像度が荒くて、あまり正確な形状が把握できないんですよね。新しい衛星が配備されるといいんですけど。
大体わかればいい。
意外とたくましいですね。トゥービーは。
Anyway, the only way to get the skirt back is to die real quick, so I'm just going to, you know, do that. They are? Oh, wow. That's what it... Yikes. That's, Okay. Hang on. Let me try something.